Okay. For some reason, it didn't recognize my mic. So OBS is telling me 4 out of 5 bars. 0 drop frames. I'm playing back the stream myself here, and that seems fine. But Twitch, for some reason, claims instability. And given what happened last stream, trying to be cautious. I did sign in to Twitch on my phone, which has got 4 or 5G. So that's gonna be something if my internet drops again. Even though I don't really like, it seemed like a random isolated event last time. So last time my internet dropped, it seemed to drop everywhere. So I didn't have it on my laptop. I didn't have it on the stream rig. And I didn't have Twitch installed on my phone, so I couldn't just go into chat and be like, hey, I'll be back in a minute. All right. This is what's cooking. Also, by the way, the new emotes are available. Still like pretty like MS Paint quality, but I'm more going for the subject than the actual quality of the emote. I'll get them like improved. So what is it? :00 is this one, and this colon is it? I mean it. The text. Can I do this without fucking with all my cameras? I feel low, like I don't really have a good place to put this camera, so I'm constantly trying to optimize the height of the table without having the mic be in my like at my forehead height. Anyway, so when you search for emotes on Twitch, it like greedy matches the text anyway. So any combination of Dino or Sure will get you this emote. What else do we have? We've got 2 volts, which is obviously 2 volts. I need which I still need to put an actual what is it called, transparent background in. There were 5, so I'm missing some. I'm not remembering them offhand, which is probably a bad thing. Oh, there's League with the Make Hyperbot Great Again cap. And there's one more that I'm forgetting, which is the Glod, of course. Glod. There's Glod, which I need to obviously transparency as well. That's what everyone has access to, and then like for subs, there's still Sleepy Crosshair. I still need to do the sub emotes. All right. I don't very often do this, but this is a second FX 60-300 stream in a row. Last one was LN2 and unsuccessful. In the meantime, I used up the remainder of my LN2 and found a good chip. So now I'm going to do some area testing on this good chip, specifically PyFast, which relates to the title of the stream. Anyway, so I have Sammy's in there at the moment, but whatever, you can swap those out. Hey Paul, thanks for the sub. Now you have the Sleepy Crosshair emote. So I just loaded up basically just loaded up the like the Sammy profile. I don't think I did my Nightbot, but that's okay. And would help if I knew how to. Okay, so the Pi actually maybe valids later. That's from the last stream. So Nightbot. Just quickly fix that. So there are no. I mean, there's always confusion, but there's less of a chance of confusion. Sammy, bench, PyFast. maybe W prime later. There you go. Okay, let's see if we can get... No, this is absolutely completely bugging me. Okay. It's a little bit better, and the postcode display is still okay. So Encore is on auto. Well, Encore is actually just the same. Any reason for Sammy's? Oh, that's a good question. So I would say, from what I can tell, and I've run a lot of FX chips cold, from what I can tell, every FX chip like Sammy's, and I guess if you can get them posting, like sometimes there's actual like post incompatibility with hypers, but if you can get them posting, then every FX chip, every FX IMC will cooperate with hypers. But PSC sometimes is a bit dodgy. Like this one I got just not exacts, like just 30-40 not exacts in a row, like trying all kinds of things with PSC, and then I threw Sammy's into the rig and it just lit up. So that's what I'm doing. It's not, you know, in terms of absolute like what is totally and utterly optimal, it would be keep bidding IMC, like basically find like 5 8.3 G chips, then bin them each for whichever one likes PSC, and then run that. But you know, ain't nobody got time for that. Why am I suddenly excuse me, I'm getting hay fever. I haven't been outside all day, like all day pretty much, because it's been raining. Oh, you only have PSC. I mean, you can get them. Well, what happened with PSC is like you just do 2T and you do like 2200 and do super tight, and then they kind of start to cooperate again. So let's see. So 210. So 5,000 divided by. Let's do 215 actually. No, that's odd. 5,000 divided by 23. 217. Let's try 217. Oh. What would have been the cause of that? I guess RAM frequency. I thought I had everything set to pretty safe levels. What's the next one down? Let's just do the next one down. So 5,000 divided by 24. 208. Okay, let's do 208. Let's just take no chances and actually set this. And set this as well. This is max, that's good. So how many chips do you have, Paul? Because they're cheapest chips, right? They're like $10 US each or something. And I'm gonna go middle module actually. And I'm really sorry, I haven't had the slightest hint of hay fever all day, and now it's just acting up as if I have like a bale of hay in my little bench room or something. You have no hope of being competitive. If you have an 8 point something chip, then you will be competitive. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Like this platform isn't all that RAM sensitive anyway. Ah, no, LN2. Okay, well, gotta go with helium then, right? If you don't have LN2. Okay. I'm just gonna will my way into not having hay fever, I think, is how this is gonna work. Sure, helium. I like the use of the new emotes already. Excellent stuff. Let's delete this. Let's go 24. 4. Okay, so it wasn't correlated, so it was memory related. Just keep opening this. Well, I don't have fractional B clocks, so I'd like an absolute like bang on 5,000, but that's just not realistic. Let's see. So 2,500 RAM. How can we do? Okay, so let's do. What I'm gonna do is, well, I'm gonna do a bunch of runs in a row, so it's worth killing all this stuff. I'm sure there's better ways, but I've had good luck with this OS, so it's a lot better than last stream's OS. I can tell you that much. Stop this. Stop this. So that's why you that's why you went to the US, so you could use it LN2, right? And then kill Explorer, CTF-MON, run DLL, real time. 45 is still a lot. Kill this SVC host as well. Okay, I'm not happy, but okay, let's open up our notes. Whoops. So it's not recognizing my browser. Ah, okay. So what was this? 208 times. I need a table. Settings. Series compute. Overall. Because in PyFast you can certainly find stuff that influences the first time but not the last time, and vice versa. Okay, so this was 208 times 24 SAMI profile. Series compute was 2219, and then overall was 2739. And we may, let's look at new comp entries just in case something new has dropped. 14 seconds is really slow. I was like, oh shit, someone's beaten my 1M. So I've put up a 1M. Okay, no one's beaten it. So this is the good chip that I found. This is before I swapped out PSC. So maybe this is a good hint for people. If your IMC doesn't like a certain IC, it will most likely still pass like the 2W primes, 1M, PyFast, obviously validations, Cinebench, that kind of stuff. It's only for 32M and I guess Geek 3 in some instances. Like those are the only benches, and then obviously Y-Cruncher if you're sick enough to run that. Those are the only ones that they actually put enough of a strain on the IMC for this IC issue to show up. So I was still on PSC here. Obviously XP, maximum set, same chip as this, nice and high bus. Yeah, Encore, like CPU Northbridge doesn't really mean very much. But let's see, let's go to W prime itself, or the chip itself. Let's go to what we've got in terms of PyFast. Don't worry, watch my dad. Coming for you. What's a 5G run? 27.4. Okay, so I've already been mir doch Latte. Already beaten this douche, dude. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's 7, is it? Okay, well that's not respectable. Noms. Let's try for noms. They're a pretty decent bencher. Oh, 7. Lost all respect now. And then obviously the I won't screenshot the. Should I even explore kill? Seems like a lot of. I should be there's better ways of doing this, but anyway, I'll just use my old and reliable ways. I'll do 3 reruns of these baselines. I might not do 3 reruns of everything. Just seems like a lot of mem usage. Yeah, so obviously the PyFast results, they're kind of quantized because you can only ever get results in 10 millisecond increments, unlike 1M, for example. So now we've got 20 milliseconds. Okay, something really weird happened there because Cirrus compute was faster, but overall was a lot slower. Weird. Okay. This is just a little bit too slow, too fast of a bench. I want to be able to talk, but yeah. Anyway, I need to try full screen as well. Yeah, so no LN2. So you're doing water, or do you have like a phase unit or dice? Hey, White Shark. Hey, Mick. How are you guys doing? Yeah, it's just randomly going up or down 2 seconds. That's already a good finding. I mean, I don't know what to do with that, but okay, so now what we're gonna do is let's rename this SP1M. Just call it SPI. I mean, 1M and 32M are the same thing anyway. So now let's grab a copy of the PyFast folder and call it to ERAM fast. It's one way of doing it. And then make a copy here, or a shortcut rather. PyFast ERAM. I've tested this before and it was slower, but maybe that was the random up and down of I want to maximize. Maybe that was the random up and down. At least it doesn't consistently. You need a shower. You realize you need a shower still. Well, you know the way I remember that I need to have a shower is it's because I just woke up and I just have a shower every morning and have been doing so for decades, and it doesn't necessarily ever slip my mind, but I am getting older, so probably at some point it will happen that it will slip my mind. So here's a fast run again, but not faster than the non-ERAM. Anyway, you won't. This is going to be a slow-paced stream. You can have a 30-minute shower if you need to, and come back and probably still miss nothing. So ERAM is a 2217 and 2739, and we'll give that 3 reruns as well. Oh, could that be the next big question that we ask the stream? Breakfast or shower first? But what I said is still remains the same. It's still all the same stuff applies. Whether no matter what order you do things in the morning, if there's certain things you do absolutely every morning, even if it's the last thing out of 5 things that you do, I'd remember it. I don't know, maybe my memory is just better, but it's a low bar to clear. Okay, here's my morning routine, right? On a work from home day, obviously if I'm working from the office, then I probably shortcut a lot of things and skip a lot of things and do them in the office instead. But I'm usually awake early, before my alarm. So I wake up, and the first thing that I want is coffee because I'm addicted to it, and it's just great. It's just a way to sort of ease your way into the day. So I just sit back on this really comfy chair that I have, and I throw on one vinyl record that I want to listen to while I'm having my coffee. And then usually I'll just play by ear whether I'm hungry or not. Like, I'm obviously having breakfast because it's the best meal of ever. There's just no way of beating it. So I'll sort of put off breakfast usually, especially because I don't know what the fuck this thing is of having coffee and breakfast at the same time. They're 2 separate activities. They don't belong together. I'll have like orange juice with my breakfast. Yeah, so then I'll probably have a shower next, and then breakfast. I mean, unless like I skipped dinner or something, or I went to bed, sleep really early and slept really long, and therefore it's been an extraordinarily long amount of time since my last meal, then I'll have breakfast first, or I may even, in really really unusual circumstances, skip coffee in order to have breakfast as the very first thing after waking up. But usually coffee first, then like just some random like chores around the house, then maybe breakfast, then a shower. Unless it's like the other way around, like what if I was being lazy and I like went for a big walk at night and got sweaty because it was a hot day, but didn't have an evening shower? Then I'll probably have like the coffee, then the shower, then breakfast. It's exciting stuff. There's these 3 things, and like they pretty much can happen in any order, except like coffee always comes first, or it doesn't come at all. Oh, thanks for the moderation. Okay, meanwhile, this is our second ERAM run. That was a bit of a ramble. 2219. So it's really weird. It's alternating 2219, 2217, 2219, 2217, 2219. But now we've had another fast run. So maybe the 29-second... Okay, this is already a nice finding. So if this 29-second run only happened non-ERAMmed, then maybe this is the way to go. Okay, so third rerun. This is fun. I'm already learning things. I don't remember. I mean, I'm fond of PyFast, and I have optimized it on other platforms in the past, but I can't remember doing it on FX. Maybe it's just bad memory. So this is a pitfall. I don't want to pick on anyone in particular. Hopefully this is not taken wrong by the person. But I think a pitfall that people like to fall into is, let me just efficiency test this bench to absolute death and then apply those findings to all platforms. Like in the competition Discord earlier, Sebi said, I tested everything for PyFast, and XP is faster than Benchmade. And it's like, yeah, but you did that on 4900K. That's a great finding for 4900K. I actually wish, considering PyFast is still a globals bench, it's a very, like, people, I feel like in the Benchmade era, 32M is already under benched as a globals bench. because everyone loves the multi-core stuff for some reason. I hate it because it fucks up your mount. There's all these reasons to hate it. It uses up more than two. But then even inside of this like subcategory of underappreciated 2D benches, into which like 32M certainly falls, and validations fall. Like, why haven't more people validated on Rapture Lake? Like, that's, and beaten more FX scores and stuff. But so those three are probably the underappreciated. But then even within those three, like PyFast is criminally underbenched. And then what people tend to do is they have a big bench session, and then sort of coincidentally when they're clocked up nice and high for single core for something else, they just quickly run off a bench mated PyFast. But at on the 13600K at a launch, like I pretty much straight away figured out that XP was faster. And now that score, that's still my best global score. It was like 7.18 with 7600 RAM, but that's on M die. So it does lose a bit because of that. But at a certain point, it was like 12th in the world, and like had lower clocks than like everyone in the top 20 in the world or something. But now obviously it's not. It doesn't look as impressive anymore because it's down on RAM, it's down on everything else. 2741. Okay. So now what we do is, what do we do now? Let's do a quick single core affinity. I think this is bad on all single core benches on FX, but I'm curious because I've only tested it on Pi. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Because I do feel like, even though, you know, the difference between cores within a module on FX is lower than cores between modules, and it's lower than any random core on like an 8P core chip, I feel like you can still find better and worse cores. I mean, that's a good run. Okay, I'll give this 3 as well, but I'll start doing sets of 2 at some point, just for the for the sake of brevity. Interesting. Oh, full screen needs to be tested as well. Yeah, definitely coffee before breakfast. Like on a work from the office day where I'm cutting corners, trying to still get healthy sleep in. I get up, I'll obviously have the shower. I mean, the shower's at work, but it's like, it's a bit antisocial to like sit on a train for an hour feeling like you're not your best self, only to then like use work time to shower or something. I don't know. It just doesn't compute in my head. But yeah. So I have the shower, get dressed. That's the other part of it. Like, if you're gonna get dressed like in work clothes anyway, what's the point in skipping the shower? Like, it's kind of all sorts of fits together, doesn't it? Okay, this seems. I mean, more consistently producing 39s. Very interesting. I'm already learning a lot. I'm like, these are like the boilerplate tests that I usually do and have no findings from, and I feel like every single one has had some sort of major or minor finding. Now I'm wondering whether I set the affinity correctly last run. Okay, there's full screen as well. I'll do a 3 set of full screen. Serious compute. What's it gonna be? 2217. All 17s and 19s. 2739. Yeah, I feel like ERAM single core is the way to go. So now here comes the interesting part, because people swear by this full screen, and I rarely, if ever, see anything from it. That could be down to the platforms that I use though. So Alt Enter. Oh, capture card is gonna have to recapture. Okay, here we go. This is really fucking retro stuff here. I mean, it feels slower, but that's probably because the blinking cursor is bigger than before, so you're more aware of the fact that it's blinking and computing. In 219, 2741. There you go. First 41 in a while. Oh. I still need to Alt plus Enter. Oh, so I can still Control Alt Delete out of it at least, can I? Yeah. It just finished, okay. But it hung. Alright. I give it 3, but that might be the last set of 3, unless I have some sort of findings that warrant another set of 3. I'll start doing like sets of 2. Yeah, 2219, 2739. Okay, that's only the second run. Okay, let's do the third. I mean, at the end of the day, the only tweak that like consistently helped, I guess, was ERAM, because it stopped the slow runs. Or maybe that one slow run was just because some weird service was popping up in the background. The thing is about efficiency testing, these effects will be whatever the opposite of amplified is. What's the opposite of amplified? Minimized? These effects will be minimized at high clocks because the score is lower. Like the score is the number of seconds. Like if you get a 1% improvement through efficiency testing and your overall score is 100 seconds, that's a second. But if the overall score is 50, it's only half a second. Then again, the all-out scores are better, so you want any edge you can get. Ooh, 2770. Rough. Yeah, what I'll do next is I'll try and set a better max ms config. I hate how task manager defaults to always on top. So isn't the trick to unset it and then reset it? Let's go 350. Is that gonna set okay? Alright, let's see if that sets. I have an image of this image. That came out wrong. I have imaged this OS. Something satisfying about AE being the boot code. I don't like boards that have 00 as the boot code. It just makes me feel ick inside. It reminds me of many dead CPUs and boards. And what else could have died? Wet boards, I suppose. Not dead, just temporarily dead. It's the only thing about this Parica OS. It hangs. It takes a while to boot. Let's see. Physical. So it looks like it said correctly. I think CPU Z does detect max mem. No, it does not. What about this CPU Z? Okay. Weird. Okay. Now let's ERAM or PyFast. And then I should probably make a profile out of this, but it's 161 is the name of the live stream. Let's double check that I actually set correctly. Yep. Now let's do our ERAM PyFast. I'm not going to do the. Oh, hold on. I mean, I'm tempted to kill themes as well, but I think it actually increases the RAM utilization. If only they spat out the intermediate steps for all the steps, like the actual number of seconds. That would be helpful. Uh, 600 to 350 max mem. 2217 and 2741. Let's give it one rerun. Effects on single stage. You don't see a lot of that, eh? Good old 2219. What is it going to be? A 27? Oh, another slow one. 73. Maybe I may go back to 2-core affinity just for. Okay. Another way to ask this would be. Well, first of all, I don't want to kill the OS necessarily, even though I can re-image. Can I? Okay, let's go like 280. Let's keep reducing it until we actually see it go slower. What if people subbed in the actual compo? Oh, just watch my debt. 7.9. That offends me though. Benchmated PyFast. I mean, I'll test it myself. I don't want to. If I'm in the unlikely event of me being in the running of winning, in the running to win the comp, I'll produce benchmated scores if they're faster, just to protect myself. What's going on with my rig? Oh no. There goes a 0-0. Almost a 5-0. 5-0 on a Formula Z is not, you know, for the faint of heart, almost as bad as 0-0. Okay, are we in bias? Okay, we still got 2 channels. Why Shark, you're when you write something in chat, it kind of looks like the Irish flag because you've got a mod badge which is white and green, and then your name is orange, so it's like, you know, orange, white, and green. Look from profile 3. Did I turn off? Yes, I did. How many liters of LN2 did I waste? I wasted no liters of LN2 because I used them on Overclocking, which is an amazing esport that everyone should try once. So there you go. That's your answer. Okay, no 5-0 this time. Just waiting for the capture card to click on again. I'm loving these 0-0s. Someone else suggested it. Was it White Chart that suggested this emote? I thought it was a great idea. Well done to whoever that was. Looking at the Discord as we speak. Come on, load up. Why is Discord so heavy to load up? It's just a text. I know there's voice functions, but it still seems overkill. 0-0-0. Oh yeah, I can't find it now. All right, so let's now double check our max mem. It is indeed 280. Let's re-RAM. And then I think I'm going to go back to 2 core affinity. I keep forgetting to kill those services, and actually I haven't even clocked up, so that's probably, excuse me, even more important. So clock up, double check clocks. Okay, we got clocks. Then we go services.lsc. Stop this. Stop this. Stop that. I just started rewatching X-Files from the start. It's gonna be fun. Good show. Good show. I mean, you know, it's like it's known for going off the deep end in a way. Like maybe people sort of remember it, have some criticisms to level at it due to its long and winding road type story and its later seasons, especially post replacement of Mulder by the guy from Terminator 2, which is kind of random, but you know, broad strokes overall, good show. $22.17. So still not slowing it down. 27.41. Let's do a 2 run. Even though I'm seeing remarkable consistency. I don't think real time even necessarily does anything. Yeah, usually real time. That's a good point though. I will try normal as well. Like on FX, the architecture, which is very weird. It does some things that are just weird. Like it's like 1M scores quite well on normal priority and strange things like that. Consistently on 41s rather than 39s now, but that might not mean very much considering the length of the run. What's SC? What the hell? Okay, that's just reflexes at this point. Let's go high. High is probably as interesting of a test. Not that the first subtest really means anything as far as we've discovered so far. But yeah, consistently in the 41s now. Okay. Okay, one quick rerun and then I'll go into BIOS and do some stuff there. We want the ERAM. I might just I'm paranoid of running this by mistake, so I'm gonna disable the shortcut. What I was gonna do, oh, hi. Because you've always got to consider like stability as well. You know, if high or normal score the same as real time, but allow you to maybe clock the CPU up just a smidge, that'd be so worth it. $22.19, $27.39. Okay, so at least we can still produce produce 39s. They haven't gone the way of the dodo. How do I? Oh, good old 50. Nifty 50. Okay. Gonna make a new table because I'll be at different overclocking settings now, so it'd be unfair to make some sort of comparison there. Okay. No, Hypers isn't better. What makes you say that? Do you have any proof to back that up? I mean, I'm not saying Hypers are worse either, but they're not clearly better. Let's try 1T. Because they're quite low. It usually, I mean, on 1M, 1T definitely doesn't do very much at all. But here, I'd like to test it in isolation, maybe just the 2 runs. And I hate, you know what I would really like is some way to image multiple images onto the same SSD. There's just some psychological barrier to, yeah, okay. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised that is a no-go. Like if you did some like ODT tuning and stuff, then maybe that would be a go. But okay, I guess we'll never find out. Okay, so next thing, CPU Northbridge in isolation, which I never feel like I find the time to kind of test 2.9. I feel like this chip will do 2.9 ambient, but it's close. Like 3G is traditionally where you need SS. 00, let's spam the chat. I'll do it myself as well. The first legit 00 of the streak. Okay, even one Northbridge strap should be visible if there is a difference. This platform again, like unlike AM3 and AM4, I guess if you consider FCLK, is not very CPU Northbridge sensitive, but let's try one. Let's do 2 runs of the higher CPU Northbridge. I mean, certainly the sort of thing you wouldn't artificially keep low on cold, but I've never. It's almost more important to pick the right strap than it is to have it high. I can see maybe another 00 coming on. No. Time for display out. But you know what I mean about, like, I just don't like getting up and swapping SSDs and then changing the setting from secure boot to non-secure boot, from IDE to AHCI. Just give me a drive that just magically works with whatever boot settings, and then has a drop down, like has a selection menu where it's like good XP, good 7, good 10, fuck 11. Let's just confirm our higher CPU Northbridge. Indeed, there it is. But I feel like the desync will hurt as well, so it's a bit tricky. Okay. Stop our services. Damn, talking about X-Files, I feel like just like watching another episode today after the stream. It's bloody good. I think we're good to go. Let's start PyFast and kill some more. Yeah, but that's IDA. Like we were saying earlier. Watching YouTube. IDA is IDA. This is PyFast. Wow, it did something. We got 10 milliseconds out of it. Welcome, Ginger. That is okay. That is legit. So 2.5, 2.7 CPU NB. And we got a 2216. Feels like if I reran, I'd get an even better final. Wow, okay. I'm just these findings are blowing me away, seriously. I mean, it may seem a bit like exaggerated, but I'm genuinely surprised by some of this stuff. Maybe I need to get out more. I mean, there's no maybe about it, but right, okay, but let's see if what the rerun brings. What YouTube were you watching? Was it about carpet knives again? Or is the Australian English version is Stanley knife, right? If I'm remembering that right. Oh damn! I never went. I was supposed to go to the shop to buy a carpet knife today. 2216 again. Oh, it's a fail. Something about you watched a YouTube video about rain. Like what aspect of rain? The fact that it's wet? The fact that it's the basis of most life on Earth? Like, gotta be more specific, man. Rain is a really big topic. You hold the presses. Ginger watched a video about rain. 2217. So let's slow down again. Oh, it just keeps failing now. Studying floods on an island in Japan. Japan is wholly and entirely made up of islands. Like, you gotta be like, was it the north, the south? 10 meters of rain annually. What's going on? Do I need to re-copy my PyFacet into the RAM drive or what? Why does it keep hanging in a weird way? Is it running out of memory or something? I'm going to a Japanese island next year. Can I kill this? Okay. Well. Yeah, that seemed fast, but also super inconsistent. Oh yeah, let's put it into Cas9. I think that's a sensible next step. Yakushima. That's literally the island I'm going to. Hold on. Now I'm really interested. It'll show like my history and shit. I probably shouldn't go on Google Maps. Let's go Bing Maps. Don't want to dox myself. I mean, you guys know I'm in Sydney. Okay, so the place I'm visiting next year is okay. So here's like, that's why I said Japan is made up of islands, because there's like this island, and that island and this island. Like, there's 4 main islands, but then there's obviously a lot of small ones. Fun fact: this is Sakhalin. Sakhalina. It's they're calling it Yuzhny Sakhalinskyr, like the kind of Russian name for it. But this is in English. It's actually called Sakhalin Island, and it's, as far as I know, it's still disputed between Japan and Russia since World War II. And at one point, I was planning a trip to take like the train all the way from Ireland, like more or less uninterrupted except for the ferries, all the way to Sakhalin Island, because it's like the longest rail trip. Like, I think they've built, since I did that, which is decades ago, they've built more trains down here, which makes it possible to go all the way to Singapore by train, which I think is longer than to Sakhalin. But yeah, at some point I was actually planning to go there. Here's Yakutsk Peninsula, I believe, which is really cool because will it tell me? No, it just tells me the Okay, fuck it. Yakutsk. Isn't that like that? I'm mixing it up. Uh, Vladivostok. Won't it just tell me the area? Oh, it's not even there. Yeah, let's pick a random place. Kamchatka. There we go. Okay, I totally mixed it up. Okay, Kamchatka Peninsula, which is awesome. Look at the fucking size of it. I wanted to go to Kamchatka as well. Obviously, with the current geopolitical situation, that's all very challenging. Even though, fun fact, I don't know how fucking fun this fact is, but if you go on US websites like Kayak, Expedia, that kind of thing, Price, what's it called? Price Grabber or something. There's a lot Google Flights. Due to sanctions, they will not show you flight results to Russia from anywhere in the world because of where the website is hosted and what legal realm it's based in, basically. But I learned recently that Australia and New Zealand actually do not have. There are sanctions imposed by Australia and New Zealand upon Russia, but the blocking of flight searches is not one of them. So you can actually still book a flight from like Sydney to Moscow if you want to, whereas like you can't. I mean, as a through ticket, you cannot currently buy like a connecting itinerary from like New York to Moscow, but you can from Sydney. Um, okay, I don't know how fun of a fact that is. Anyway, let's go back to Japan. So here's all these islands: Hokkaido Island, Yamag. Oh no, those are the prefectures. This is a really shit. Like Google Maps would be better, but I think I'm signed in there. Oh, actually, can I do incognito? Okay, there we go. Now it won't show you anything about where I live and what my home is and all the saved places on the maps that would identify me. Okay, so here's much better. So I'm gonna be going to Yakushima Island. Is that what you? Yeah, Yakushima. Does it rain 10 meters a year there? Shit, I better bring my oilskins. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm flying there. I will be flying. I found a pretty boss itinerary. I'm coming back from the US at this point. I'll be flying LA nonstop to fuck Tokyo. That's to like ordinary to Osaka, and then I'm flying. I have a day in Osaka, and I fly from Osaka to Kagoshima, and then a little turboprop from Kagoshima. There's also ferries that you can see here to Yakushima Island, and I'm staying somewhere on the east side, and I'm going to be renting a car, and there's like all of these famous trees and shit. Yeah, like this kind of stuff. Maybe I should bring my camera. Oh, because I opened a private browser, it's not showing the tab. Okay. Yeah, let me go to another view. Let's go back to Google Maps. True, because I do display capture. Oh, I'm not signed in anyway, so all of that was just for naught. Okay, now let's go. Let's go back to that view. Okay, as I was saying, I'll be flying from LA. That's the sound that the plane makes when it flies across the Pacific to Osaka. Which it's sad that I only have a day there because people say Kobe and Kyoto are cool, but I'm flying from Osaka to Kagoshima, and then from Kagoshima to Yakushima. And then the sad thing is I don't quite have enough time, but there's like a launch pad here. Where is it? Shit. There's a shrine. Can I just search Space Center? So if you ever watch the 6 o'clock news and there's like a 30-second segment on a rocket that was launched by Japan, it'll always be a really picturesque video of a rocket leaving an island, like a lush island, and it's because it's this launch site. Give me good pictures, please. There you go. That gives you an idea. So I wanted to go here, but it involves another ferry between the two islands, and it's just... You get the idea. Look at how fucking lush and scenic that is. So yeah, I did want to hop across, but I won't this trip. But I'll take the ferry back, and then I'll take trains all around here, and then fly back to home from Fukushima. Okay, tell me more about Yakushima Island then. I'm going there. I'm interested. Okay, so let's save this profile, however minor of a change we may have made. And now let's go Kaz 9. Okay, so it is posting. Maybe I should do a field study then. It sounds like this place is scientifically significant. With all this rain. How random. What are the odds? You probably watch 60 hours of YouTube a week, and the video you watch just before this stream is one related to a place that I'm going in 2025. That is fucking random. I love it though. I love it. It's the little things in life. Okay, let's make sure that we really do have Kaz 9. And then off we go. Off to the races. Kaz 9, look at that. Beautiful. Couldn't have done it better myself. There's one thing that I keep forgetting. Service. Oh, the little things in life? The stream? Oh, thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. What a random day it's been. It's rain all day. 13 degrees while it was 31 yesterday. Just utter madness. Okay, so that's not a significant improvement in the first subtest. 27-34. I should maybe change. I should probably say one score just to have like a nice little placeholder to just throw up. Just a palate cleanse, like just to whet people's appetite, you know, for what's to come. Oh, Mick's back from his shower. How was your shower? Okay, this is oddly personal. Obviously, don't feel obliged to like give an actual normal answer to this. Do you have like a duck? You know, like a bath, the little like squeaky duck that you use. Anyway, we were just talking about Yakushima Island. I don't know if you know what that place is. Okay, so that's 27-34. And so that's saved now, so we can go back to the Gosu res. Boom. Yeah, I should probably, okay, now that Mick's here, I should probably talk about the entire trip. Okay, here's the cliff notes. I've got some frequent flyer miles to use up. Not that they're expiring or anything, but they're just burning a hole in my pocket basically. So I'm flying. So the shit thing about Australia is lots of things are out of the way. So this will seem obscene, but I'm doing it in business class, so it's going to be comfortable and an experience in and of itself. But I'm, instead of just doing the normal thing of flying like Sydney to LA, Sydney to San Francisco, Sydney to Sydney via Auckland to New York actually is a good way of getting to New York. I'm gonna do Sydney, Singapore, New York for the express goal, because I'm an aviation geek. The express goal of flying with SQ24, aka the longest flight in the world. 18 and a half, well, depending on prevailing winds and the route and fuel, whatever, loads of different factors, delays and things. The longest flight in the world. I actually, to be totally technical about it, I think the return is longer. I think New York to Singapore is longer than Singapore to New York, but just the way things worked out. So that's it. Yeah, getting to New York like the roundabout way via Singapore, but it's going to be fun. And then spending some days there, and then flying up to Toronto and crossing Canada on a train, Toronto to Vancouver. Well, again, technically, probably not crossing the entirety of Canada, because actually getting out in, where are we at? Let me try and find this. Here, Jasper. Somehow it's not coming up, but a little town in the Canadian Rockies called Jasper. Yeah, so 4 days on the train across like the plains and all that, and then continuing on like fucking around, not literally, but you know, figuratively, like arsing about the Rockies, then driving down to Calgary, flying from Calgary to Vancouver, spending some time there, then taking a flight to LA to do some, I don't know, I haven't been in LA in a long time. It just sort of made sense. Again, on the on the return, just for the record, if you were trying to minimize the amount of time spent on a plane, the way you would do it is Sydney to LA to New York, probably. Then New York, Toronto, then the train, then Vancouver, Sydney direct. But the way I chose to do it was Vancouver to Sydney direct is only on Air Canada, and I hate Air Canada. Don't tell them that, but I hate them. Uh, I was like, I want to fly a good airline. I want to fly. This is getting into the weeds a little bit too much, but so they call it 8 abreast seating. So I'm doing economy on the way back. So I absolutely detest 777. That's the name of the plane. 343, aka 10 abreast seating, and that's what everyone flies. And I just refuse to ever do that. I think it's inhumane. Whereas JAL, Japan Airlines, still fly. It's like a unicorn, but they fly 8 abreast 787 seating when everyone else has 9 abreast 333. They have 242. So the flight out, they fly from Vancouver to Tokyo, but I didn't want to go to Tokyo again because I was there this year. And also, why not just make it even more complicated? So I'm flying LA to Osaka. So yeah, I'm actually flying Air Canada from Vancouver, but that's only a 3-hour flight. I'll tolerate them for a 3-hour flight to make it to LA. Go do like the touristy stuff, some Hollywood stuff. I haven't done that in like 15 years. Maybe meet a friend, do some record shopping, and then flying from LA to Osaka. A day in not Nagoya, Osaka, a day around Osaka, flying on to Kagoshima, and then from there to Yakushima Island, where I'll have like 4 days, and then I'll have another 4 days. I'll take the ferry back, 4 days around here, fly back from Fukuoka via Singapore again, because why not do it twice? If anyone ever wants to look at this length of routes, here you go. Okay, so let's approximate it, right? Let's go Sid, Lax, JFK, YYZ, YVR, Sid, And then let's do Sid, Sin, JFK, YYZ, YVR, Lax, Kicks. Oh, I don't know the other airport codes. But that's only like a tiny little domestic tag on. I'll just be generous and remove. Let's go Fukuoka, which is FUK, Sin, Sid. It's not giving me a percentage. Usually, like it's literally 50% longer. Like it's like it's literally routing via the Atlantic instead of the Pacific. Like look how nice and direct Sydney LAX to JFK is. It's just like this perfect arc. But what I'm doing instead is Sydney, Singapore, JFK via the Atlantic. Which I don't know if that time of year, depending on the time of year, they routed Pacific or Atlantic, because it's such a long flight. It's close to being the longest flight possible. So like either routing makes sense. But yeah, 20% longer. Can I change the units to kilometers? That makes more sense to my brain. So instead of 32,000 kilometers is 48,000 almost. Anyway, let's catch up with chat and actually do some overclocking. Athabasca Glacier while you're there. Oh, okay, so you've been to the Canadian Rockies. That's cool. Did you enjoy it? What have I done in terms of PyFast? I've done, oh, Cas9, but let's do a Cas9 rerun. Oh yeah, I just had to close the CPZs and probably re-kill some processes and stuff. Tenth birthday. Okay, yeah, it's probably shrunk quite a bit since then, sadly. But still plenty of snow and ice in the Rockies, from what I've heard. Nah, we just switched DST on the weekend here in Australia. It's just fucking me up. Like, how is it already 9:30? Ooh, it's a slow run. We haven't had a slow run in a long time. Okay, I'm gonna have to rerun. Maybe I just won't kill anything except Explorer. That's fine. Oh, I should set affinity in priority though. Let's not totally rough it. Rocky Mountaineer, yeah. Sadly, not yet running because it's a private company now. I think it used to be public, but it only runs like April to October, I guess. And I'm going there outside of those times. And it's very expensive now. They've really like travel is insanely expensive anyway, but they've just like those kind of like privatized trains are just criminal. Whereas Via Rail, the public train company, still runs the Canadian train, which is what I'm going on. So that's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like superb value or anything, but it's reasonable. Is gonna throw 5-0 again. 5-0. Anyone remember The Wire? Kids on the corner as they shout 5-0 when police are approaching. It's the code word that everyone knows, so I don't know how much of a code word it really is. Okay, here's the thing. That helped a little bit, right? Let's try Cas 8. Now I'm curious. I mean, that's probably not going to fly, but let's just see. It's on D3 98. Those are some weird codes. G2. Okay. I wonder if vmodding would be a thing here. Like 2.135 is kind of low for Sammys. I have enough of these formula boards that I should maybe try it on one. Okay, Cas 8 isn't a thing, but what about 11 for the middle timings? Or 10 maybe even? No, not go button. Nine. 10, 10. Usually that second timing is pretty stubborn though. Yeah, there you go. 05 instead of 50. Okay, so let's go 9. See, 9 is not a thing on Sammy's. 9 for the third timing. This is starting to ring a bell now. It's starting to come back to me, like what I've done and what I've not done. Let's try 9, 11, 11. 9, 11, 10 might be a thing. So yeah, like hard no on 8 for the first timing. 10 for the second timing. 9 for the third, but 10 for the third might be a thing. I do have to say, like, as perfect of an OS as XP is, I am at the point where I do prefer the spinning balls Windows 7 splash compared to XP. I'll admit that much. I mean, absolutely, the 5,000 other things that XP does, it does absolutely impeccably well. But the splash screen, not my favorite. Not my favorite. I have to say. I think my NAS just started making funny noises. I might just shut it down actually. I'm not really using it for anything at the moment. It's really weird though. Okay, where am I at? So 9/11/11 has trained. It's my streamer. It's the system fan on my streamer. I literally just had to touch the back of the case to stop it. Weird. 2219 again. I'm getting a bit sick of seeing 2219s, to be honest, but okay. 2219, 2770. Okay, the weird slow run again. Okay, so I'll do 2 reruns of this, since this is a non-run run. Okay. $22.16, that's more like it. $27.36. See what I mean about RAM not meaning much? Okay, one more rerun. And after that, we'll try and push RAM frequency a bit somehow. The rare 2217. It's all been 16 and 19s recently. Oh, it's the weird fail again. Okay, so we want... Well, there's half multis, right? So what about 5,000 divided by 23.5? So that'll be 213. 212, let's say. Problem with this is always that the CPU North bridge goes up with it as well, and the HT. Okay. I'm gonna kind of admit defeat a little bit and try my 32M Windows 10 32-bit OS with Benchmate. Trademark infringement, okay. I don't necessarily have any guesses as to how that came about. Tell me more, I'm curious. Was it just like some sort of AI fucking? It's like YouTube, right? Like all of these videos um get flagged for and muted for um using non-royalty free music, but like it's actually just a false positive. Was it that kind of bullshit? Reported. Okay. No. Okay. So it is doing something. Well, that's doing something. I'll get another drink. The real question is why they're already selling a 9900X. It only just came out. Enjoy your new hardware when you've got it. Appeal was turned down. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough out there in the brave new world of just like everything being shit. Basically. Yeah. Come on. This is the normal spinning balls now, not the automatic repair spinning balls. Ooh. I'm excited. So I guess we can pollute it with our install of Zeus Turbo V. I guess we can. First of all, does Benchade open? Benchade does open. PyFast is there. Real time. We thread 2. How's our detection? We'll need more CPUZs. Yeah. How about in black USB? Bingo bongo. I think that's literally the one I need. Do I have Windows installer? Just there you go. Finish whatever. Yes. Just do your thing. Whatever it is, do your thing. Yep. Yeah, is it gonna get stuck now? And then if I lose patience and I hit the reset button, it's gonna be a corrupted install of Turbo V because I didn't cleanly restart the OS. I don't know. I'm calling it. It's gonna happen. Hit it with a hammer. That never solves any problems. Maybe if you're running like a 50-year-old car, I could see that working. All right. Do we have working Turbo V? Uh, um, I called it. I wish it hadn't, you know. Is it going to cleanly restart now? Somehow it is. Seems strange. It's just clock from BIOS like the old days. Ah, fuck. Muscle memory. Oh, it's the last entry on the boot menu. No, it isn't. There's the flash drive there now. When you're trying to pull a flash drive and it's stuck in so far and so just stuck in there into the slot that the entire bench table with a PSU in it and a Noctua and a board and a really heavy, like with cards and fans and stuff, then you know that it's the tolerances are too tight. Hey, will it open now? I wonder. No. Okay. Let's check our clocks. No. Maybe let's just re-loosen our RAM. Make sure that's not the culprit. Oh, it is still loose. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I don't want to blast voltage for no reason, but let's just give it like 50 millivolts more. It's still yellow according to Azus. It can't be bad, right? Why doesn't it just boot the bloody thing? Hey, do we have a stable system? Oh. What? Oh, yeah, that makes no sense. What is going on with this? Like, what is it doing? What I'll do is I'll just, fuck me. It feels like CPU Northbridge, like it's not clocking CPU Northbridge as high on 10 as it was on XV. Autogrammatic repair is just so useless. It just wastes time every time. Yes, the advanced option is just go into OS. How advanced? Isn't it great that we have this beautiful choice of do the thing you would have done if this menu didn't exist? Very advanced. Is it gonna give me a display signal or is it just gonna... okay. Well, I'm not quite sure how to take this. I guess I'm dropping CPU Northbridge. Maybe not even that. I should try the PAE as well. Maybe the fact... What? Okay, let's try my Win 7 then. All I really want is just a Benchmade or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I thought Win 1032 was clever somehow, but now it feels extremely dumb. Ooh, I've got another 32 here. Yet another automatic repair. Problem with automatic repairs is they neither repair nor are they automatic. They still ask you to do something. Okay, what about we just go back to stock and see what happens. Okay, not all threads, we want all two to start with. Seems fast for stock. $34 versus $27. Okay. Maybe we can do a clean install of Turbo V on this. How about that? That'll be fun. Oh, it's already installed. Oh, I like where this is going. I like where this is going. Does it work though? Let's do a bit of V-clock. Boom. Ratio. Okay. That's not exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, let's try to apply our profile one more time. Yeah, whatever. It's either going to do it or it's not going to do it. Let's go 1.5. Let's just live on the wild side. No. Don't boot off of the flash drive. Yeah, it kind of just... Is it gonna work? Here's my benchmate. Wow. Okay, so we've got 5G, we've got our RAM up, we're down cord. That's how you can tell I'm getting tired. Let's do a run, eh? Only took about 45 minutes. So 2216 was our best initial step, but does this version of PyFast even show that? Yeah, no, it omits those lines. It just shows the final result. And now it retroactively shows them. Okay, so 100 milliseconds faster. I mean, that's massive. That is massive. That is utterly massive. I'm not surprised, but I'm still disappointed. I guess it would help to set the wallpaper. That would probably be useful for the comp. I don't have it on here. I have it on the other EXP USB stick, not the 10 USB stick. That's just like, considering all the fucking around we just did, like that 100 milliseconds is just for free. Massive. Just utterly massive. Yeah, that's like a fitting end to the stream, I feel like. Yeah, just as little as said about that as possible. Let's end it on hold on, bench rig, benching, bench rig. Okay. This is what is what's going on in Florida, sadly. So I have some I've work colleagues in Miami. So they've been keeping me up to date on this whole situation. It's really weird. Like, I'm not going to profess to be some sort of hurricane expert, but it's supposedly very atypical for a large hurricane or any hurricane to form in the Gulf of Mexico and then travel west to east. You kind of used to them coming in over Puerto Rico or the Bahamas or whatever, or Bermuda, like coming from the center of the Atlantic and then inwards. This one seems to have formed next to Mexico here and then flown in like that. Yeah, it's going to be really serious for like Tampa and the western part of Florida. And in the US, what is it now? It's Tuesday night, so it's like Monday night US time. So this is actually, the hurricane is still only like here. So this is like always this kind of probability type thing. Like it looks like it's gonna miss Miami, but like they're forecasting it. Like it's currently kind of moving sideways like this, right? And it's just that like in all probabilities it's gonna make this kind of a swing. But who's to say that the swing? I don't think you can see my mouse pointer, can you? Oh, you can. Who's to say the swing won't be slightly more gradual and hit Miami like this instead of going up towards Tampa? And the whole state of Florida has a state of emergency, every single county, so that's pretty serious. So yeah, I'm kind of on call to take over from those people if their like power goes out, but I'm hoping for the best, of course. And a lot of places were only recently hit by another hurricane, right? Sorry, I don't want to finish the stream on a downer, but just an off-topic topic that has been keeping me concerned recently. I think I might take a week off. I feel like because I don't have any LN2, I'm going to be busy doing FX6300 testing. I still have to like tidy up all the hardware from Team Cup and stuff. But anyway, yeah, everyone, stay safe and healthy and all those things. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.